Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is July the 22nd, 2025. We are going to be talking about WWE Monday Night Raw. If you guys didn't see my last video, it was the unboxing of my Raw is War t-shirt. I like it. It's pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I said a lot of things. I said a lot of random things. I don't know if you guys enjoy watching the video. Maybe I can look at the views. Am I going to be upset? I don't really care about the views anyways. Let's see how you do this. Tyler's a little new to this, I guess. No, I'm not. I've been doing YouTube for years now. We got 2 views that people, I guess they enjoyed watching the unboxing. And me ramble, I guess. I don't know. Did you guys like it? Because the people that watched it, did you guys like it? I don't know if you guys did, but ladies and gentlemen, we do have Monday Night Raw to make the video. I don't know what I'm trying to say now. But ladies and gentlemen, we did talk about 2K25 on my last video about KSI. I had a question. I don't think anyone would know the answer until the DLC comes out on Wednesday. So I am not waiting for the answer. But we do have a couple of matches that got made for SummerSlam. Well, I think we got one match, right? One match? Oh man, I need to keep going on my thing, on my old phone here. Yeah. Alright. Let's get a TNA Slammiversary here. And go to WWE's pay-per-view. I should have this ready, shouldn't I? But SummerSlam is going to be 2 nights. It's going to be next weekend. My goodness. We talking about John Cena. We already know about that. We know Tiffany Stratton. We know about Randy Orton Jelly Roll. We know about Gunther and CM Punk. We know about Naomi. We know Becky Lynch. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we did had a stipulation got made for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch came out and she was a little upset that she had to show up in Houston, Texas. But I thought she had a proposal for Laura Valkyria. That's why she showed up. She didn't have a match. So she called out Laura Valkyria. She came out and made the stipulation at SummerSlam. You get your title match if you agreed to. If Lynch wins, Laura Valkyria cannot go for the championship until Lynch is not champion anymore. That's stipulation. But Laura Valkyria had her own stipulation as well. She wants to see the real winner. There has to be a winner. And ladies and gentlemen, she asked for a no disqualification and a no count out last chance match for the Women's Intercontinental title. And ladies and gentlemen, if you guys didn't know, I don't think I put this on my SmackDown video. SummerSlam, we will see the Judgment Day. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez will be defending their women's tag team titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. We already know about Solo, and ladies and gentlemen, Dominic tried his best to not to get examined or get tested wherever he needs to get. Dominic made sure he tried everything. But AJ Styles was doing a lot of jobs. He was a janitor. He was a ballet. He was everything. He tried to do everything, and ladies and gentlemen, it's official. It's official. Dominic is cleared to wrestle and will defend his Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles. That's what's going to happen there. So I can't wait to see what happens on at SummerSlam. So ladies and gentlemen, we got CM Punk coming out to start off Monday Night Raw. We got CM Punk coming out to start off Monday Night Raw to talk about his match at SummerSlam. He knows Gunther is one of the greatest talkers because he doesn't wrestle very much, guys. He just talks. and talks. I still get bored of listening Gunther talk while he's the world champion. He's not making him, they're not making him as a monster, like seriously. So he had things to say. CM Punk has things to say to Gunther about Gunther. And then Gunther came out and he has some things to say to CM Punk, and he just talks trash. Nothing big happened. He says, I hope at least you guys, when you lose the championship match, at least you got these fans saying your name. Because that's what they're doing. We didn't get, those are the two top segments that we talk about. A lot about Kira and Becky Lynch and CM Punk and Gunther. Dominic Mysterio is cleared. AJ Styles is not done. Whatever happened here was before we found out this match is happening at SummerSlam. We'll tell you guys more about that when we get there. But ladies and gentlemen, we got Sheamus versus Rusev. Banger after banger. Crazy after crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Sheamus. Because Rusev tried to use a shillelagh. Well, he took off the turnbuckle pad first. And then he tried to grab the shillelagh that Sheamus brings. But it didn't work out because of a brogue kick. Sheamus gets the win. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the commentary during one of the matches was hyped up the Slammiversary. They say congrats to JC Jane becoming the TNA's Knockouts World Champion, being the next person to hold double championships, because the last person in NXT that won double titles was Stephanie McCurry. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they talk about Trick Williams retaining his title, and they talk about AJ Styles showing up at TNA as well. Trick Williams was on Raw as well. This is the first time ever we got to see the TNA World Championship on a Monday Night Raw. It was on an NXT, it was at the Royal Rumble, it showed up at WrestleMania, and now Monday Night Raw. Will it show up on SmackDown? We don't know. It showed up PLEs and stuff like that. And NXT. And NXT PLEs. Man, that title's been getting shown around everywhere. And it's getting shown on TNA as well. We heard, I saw on social media, that Santino is going to be at NXT as well. Because that's his champion. And now he needs to find how to bring it back to TNA. He might find some contenders. Maybe he will look at some NXT contenders. We have no idea what Santino Marella is thinking when he comes to NXT. We will find out when NXT happens. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have the No One Contenders Triple Threat match. And whoever wins will face the Judgment Day for the World Tag Team titles. Dragon Lee confronted the fake El Grande at backstage, and more things happened during this match. But I thought it was a pretty decent match. I'm not a big fan of the Creed brothers, because I'm not a big fan of the amateur wrestling. But New Day was good, LWO was good. I enjoyed it, and I got more happy who won the match. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match. El Grande got himself involved attacking Dragon Lee and tried to cost LWO their match. Ivy Nile tried to get himself involved. But the Creed brothers are not happy that this El Grande is getting involved. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match and becomes the No One Contender to the World Tag Team titles is going to be the LWO. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for Andrade and Rey Fenix getting a shot at the WWE Tag Team titles. Granted, yes, they're not going to win. They're not winning the titles. But at least they get an opportunity. LWO actually won a match. I'm happy for it. But ladies and gentlemen, we heard that this World Tag Team title match is going to happen next week. Well, we got Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez defending their women's tag team titles. Bayley is the one that asked for this match. and she teams up with Laura Valkyria for the women's tag team titles. But it was a pretty decent match. I thought Bayley and Laura might win this, but after the shenanigans, when Raquel accidentally big booted Dominic Mysterio and Dominic tried to get some medical, a medical showed up, and then there's a medical that told the other medical to go away, and it was AJ Styles and tried to give him a Heimlich, pressing on his chest. AJ really wants that title shot, and he does get it. But ladies and gentlemen, and then Becky Lynch showed up attacking Laura Valkyria. Bayley couldn't tag anyone, so she lost the match because of Becky Lynch. Raquel and Roxanne will still defend their titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we could finally see the end of this rivalry. Maybe not. We got Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. They said he was medically cleared, but he was supposed to be gone for a while. But he came back, and he wants to end this between him and Karrion Kross. It was a pretty okay match. I enjoyed it. It was great. But the winner of that match, with the little help of Scarlett and a lead pipe, was Karrion Kross getting the win. But Karrion Kross still did not hear from Sami Zayn what he wants to hear. I think he wants to hear that Karrion Kross is right. What does he want to hear again? I have no idea what he wants to hear. But ladies and gentlemen, our main event was the rematch from, I think, in May, when Stephanie McCurry wasn't part of the Raw roster, and she had a match with Io Sky when Io was the Women's World Champion. But that match got interrupted by Roxanne Perez and Julia. And now Stephanie and Io Sky had an awesome match. Great opportunity for these ladies. Remember, Stephanie has a match at Paris, a title match, and Io has a title match at SummerSlam. But at the end, Chelsea Green and the Secret Hermans came out to attack both Io and Stephanie McCurry, but mostly Stephanie McCurry. I believe Stephanie won the match by DQ. And then the numbers game was too much, and then Stephanie and Io finally fought back, got rid of this Chelsea Green's group, until Io Sky got attacked by Naomi. And then outside the ring, we got Piper Niven and Alba Fire attacking Stephanie McCurry. And then here comes Rhea Ripley attacking everybody and clearing house. And Chelsea Green came back to the ring. She got knocked out while everybody was brawling, and then she came back in the ring, got super kicked, got attacked by Io, and a riptide by Rhea Ripley. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got Roman Reigns coming out. Well, technically we got Paul Heyman and Breaker and Bronson Reed coming out. Because Paul Heyman has something up his chest. He wants to say something. Something is bugging him in his chest. He couldn't say what he has to say because Roman Reigns interrupts. But Paul Heyman didn't want to disrespect Roman Reigns. He didn't want to be rude. Didn't you low blow this man at WrestleMania? I think that's already happened. You already disrespect the guy, and you've been rude to the guy. But he talked about Seth Rollins is going to be gone for a long time, and he tried to get to replace Seth Rollins as the leader with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Roman says this jerk. I know he says something else. He called him something else. I don't want to say it on video, but he said this jerk did all this. He didn't help me. He kind of helped me win the world championship, but he never helped me retain it. That's the Usos. They helped me. Solo helped me. Sami Zayn helped me, not Paul Heyman. And he says to Braun and Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman is going to do the same thing to you, what he did to me, betray him, and all that stuff. And Braun Breaker got enough of that, and Braun has a whole bunch of things to say. He says he's the next big dog. Roman says, I didn't hear anything you said. He said, how about you say it again, but use my mic? And he throws the mic and super punches Braun Breaker in the face and attacked Bronson Reed. But the numbers was too much for Roman Reigns when he got speared by Braun. He was about to get tsunami'd by Bronson Reed until the save from Jey Uso attacking everybody and get rid of them. It's not official yet. It's not official that there's a tag team match for SummerSlam, but I think it's going to happen. But that's all for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We do have to talk a little bit on Tuesday. I did mention it on my last video. There will be no videos on Thursday and Friday. Well, there will be a AEW video on Thursday because that will be up in the morning. But there's no TNA and there will not be a SmackDown video. I'll tell you guys more about that tomorrow because it's close to Thursday. So I will tell you guys that tomorrow video when we do NXTs. And then we upload that on Wednesday. I know it's a little confusing, but that's okay. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed Monday Night Raw. If you guys watched it, that's all me today. Tyler's out. Bye.